You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, now we're here from Drakewing Gaming, and study on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Tian He Hui. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go! I believe we were just meeting the Master. As I observed more closely, I discovered a more shocking surprise. He was levitating. What? Whoa, wait, what is this, magic? Witchcraft? No. Is this the so-called Qigong? A martial art that lightens the body and quickens mobility, but can Qigong even allow a person to levitate? I couldn't believe my eyes as my pupils dilated at the sight, and I could feel my facial muscles twitch in shock. Oh, rise, children. Oh, it seems like we have a new face here. Master, he's the new member I mentioned about this morning. Upon Sally's introduction, the Master's gaze turned towards me. Within his eyes, a compassionate kindness mingled with an unspoken pressure. My name is Tex, and I have just arrived in the kingdom of Ji the day before. Due to certain incidents, I now wish to join Tian He Hui. I hereby sincerely ask Old Master to approve my request to join. Yes, I've heard from little Sally of your name, but I haven't received the full details of what happened. By you, please explain everything in detail. What happened during this assignment? Yes, Master. Upon everyone standing to attention once more, Bayou walked forth and reported everything that had happened in the past 2 days to the Old Master. While Bayou was explaining, Chen Hu assisted the wolf's explanation with details of the past 2 days as well. During this process, the Master's expression remained interchanging and flowing. A moment ago he was frowning, then he smiled in the next moment, making it impossible to determine the thoughts processing behind his expressions. With that, I've reported everything that happened during that event. Thus, in order to recover the lost book of his, Tex requested our assistance and gave us the commission. But due to his financial situation, he was unable to make the full payment of the commission fees on the spot. As soon as Bayou finished recounting what happened, the room returned to a state of silence once more. I could see an imposing expression on the Master's face after hearing the story, and he begins lowering his head to think. The current silence of the hall felt like the calm surface of the ocean, concealing violent undercurrents deep within, as if a destructive tsunami will soon happen in the next moment. I took off the commission myself without permission. I was the one who made that suggestion. If you have anyone to blame... Stop it, Tian He. We're equally responsible in this. You two making decisions so irrationally. I was the one who handled the personal affairs, and it was also me who let him sign the internship agreement. Whenever a problem arises, I will take full responsibility. Rest easy, Master. I've tested him. I believe there would be no problem. Please, Master, he really has his own hardships, too. I am not blaming any of you. Sally, you should have reported this to me at once, when you returned yesterday. I'm truly sorry. I found Master to be in a meditating state at the time, so I was afraid of interrupting. My apologies. This is a negligence on my part. It's a quiet voice. Yeah, the pressure it carries is akin to how wide the ocean is. Everyone bowed their heads, unable to look at the Old Master, but this pressure came not from terror, but from his immovable position, authority, and right from his ancient age and aura. Everyone. At the least, I should offer my words of determination to join as well, but how should I put it? I decided that I won't let everyone burden themselves with this pressure of trying to convince the Old Master any further. This is my problem, so an explanation for myself is definitely what the Old Master desires. Please, Old Master, that book is the most important thing in my life. I'm willing to sacrifice everything to get it back. I understand that, as an outsider, such a request is not appropriate, but right now, Tian He Hui is the only place I can go to. I know I can never return the kindness in any favor, but I will certainly do my utmost best to try. No matter how much pain awaits, I am willing to tolerate it all. No matter how difficult the jobs and commissions will be, I am willing to do everything necessary to complete them. So please, even though the possibility of failure is laid bare, I will not retreat. Because here, Tian He Hui is the closest place to reach that treasured book my family have sacrificed themselves for. I have my own determination. I have something I will never give up on, no matter the cost. I have the resolve to join. I swear that I will never act in ways that would harm Tian He Hui. And this resolve of mine is not one made without basis. I'm willing to prove it. Whatever I have said in this moment are all absolute truth. To me, I wish to be with everybody here. To be... Facing his press for answer, I appeared at a loss for a moment, but in my mind an answer appeared. The only answer. That one word. That one word I've been fighting for throughout my entire life. Family. Heh. Maybe I got overexcited. Spoke a little too much there. Ho ho ho! Ho 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 ho! How vigorous, young man! Eh? Good, very good. Looking at you, it's like I can see that person's silhouette from many years ago. The master approached me and lightly made contact on my forehead with his little hand. Family, that is your answer. I nodded. I knew my brightest pupil has the best judgment of people. His snow-whitened brow bent downward above his eyes as he nodded at me with compassion reflecting in his eyes. Then we will follow Mosea's decision and allow you to be one of our official apprentices for the time being. Ho ho. Really? Akin to sunlight piercing through the darkened clouds, his words of approval strikes true in my heart, nourishing the seeds named hope. Hooray, Tex! In a big step, Tian He Hui came over and hugged me by my neck. Bai on the side tilted his head and smiled. Tian He Hui is too tight. Let me take a breather. I knew it. I knew there would be no problem. I always believed in you guys from the start. I really thought something would happen, but such developments will be quite interesting too. But remember this, you didn't earn this because of us, but because of your own determination and resolve, Tex. My resolve? Don't be too happy, you're still only an apprentice at most. Yeah, you're right. But anyways, once more we welcome you. This is the nature of Tian He Hui, an union of the sky, the earth, and people, and everyone here. And everyone. Here we do not need you have any amazing power or specialty. Excuse me, as long as you treasure everything and everyone around you, then everyone will always be your family. Oh, this sure reminds me of the times when I was younger. Yeah, being here, I'll probably get teased by Chrono, having cold water dumped on me by Mosea, pranked by Tian He Hui, or get nagged by Baiyu and Sally and Master. But I believe this is where I belong in G. Alright, let's begin the meeting for real this time. Baiyu, please recount all the investigation results we came up with last night for everyone here. Understood. Alright, here we go, it's sleep-inducing session. Let's get it started then. Can't wait to show you guys my analysis results. After a little cheerful banter, our discussion returned to the issue at hand, which was the case of the missing people in Zhizhou and the assault case from last night. These were the details I asked Mosaic to compile yesterday regarding the missing cases across various regions from the recent years. I filtered them out and selected several of them based on time, location, and characteristics of the cases. And from these selected cases, I have marked the location for each respective case when it happened onto this map. The result is, as all of you can see, a pattern of such is formed. Baiyu moved and prepared the blackboard to the center of the room, allowing us to see the list of clues nearby clearly. But even so, you mentioned these cases have only occurred in Zhizhou, right? But you've listed more areas than that. Could there be a correlation between these cases? It is exactly as what you said, but this possible correlation is merely a hypothesis me and Mosaic came up with. On this map, the earliest marked case caused by the markless didn't happen last year, but in fact, under our deduction, happened 4 years ago. Wait, what's the markless? And the earliest case being 4 years ago? This is quite an overwhelming amount of information for me. The markless is merely a codename we gave for the case's culprit. Due to the lack of clues left behind the scenes of crimes in his wake, we decided to refer to the culprit with that name. Of course, it's just for our convenience. Since we can't keep calling this guy the culprit of the case, yeah? It's troublesome, but calling him the markless makes it easy to avoid making such mistakes, and makes report writing easier too. The reason sounds so reasonable when it's coming out of Bayu's mouth, but it sounds like a reason to be lazy when you're the one saying it. Actually, I originally suggested to call the culprit the super-duper kidnapper, but since it was rather long, we decided to stick with how Baiyu referred to the culprit for future reference. What's with the obsession of the word super-duper in all your naming? But, I've gotta say, the name you thought of sounded quite cool. Why did you always reach common understanding over these of all things? I quickly reorganized my expression, and once more paid attention to the board in front, trying to sort out the case's ins and outs. But why would the markless have relation to cases from 4 years ago? There wasn't convincing evidence among any of the cases that points the suspicion towards him, but I did find connections throughout the organized cases. 4 years ago, in Shui province, 16 missing cases occurred. While 5 of them were resolved, the remaining 11 cases were extremely similar in terms of crime characteristics and nature. From the victims' family's confession, those missing people went out at nighttime. The reasoning for going out were usually inviting invitations from others, meeting up with old friends, or visiting family. The end results were the same. Not one returned ever since. The next year after, which is the second year, similar cases happened in other regions. Not only how they happened were extremely similar, the number of missing people in each region were exactly the same. Whoa, I'm so scared. Little Sally, hug me. This little weak old me.
Alright, Master. Now it's not scary anymore, I hope.
With an unnatural shiver, the old master quickly extended his hand out to Sally like a child demanding a hug. With a resigned smile and a shrug, Sally quickly carried the old master over onto her lap. Whoa, little Sally's hug is so comfy, but the sensation from Ru Feng's hug is definitely a little better. Ho ho ho. Looking at that joyful expression, I was immediately struck wordless at the sight before me, but everyone just simply ignored this, seemingly used to the master's behavior.
Why is he so unserious all of a sudden? And what's with that perverted smile of his?
Master, do you need me to go and grab a cushion over there? No need for all that by you. Do continue. I'm listening. Yes, Master. Now, after the Nanmen province cases, the third-year cases happened in Huanzhou province, while the fourth year is in Jizhou. The same count of 11 missing cases happened. From the confession of the victims' families and friends, we have confirmed that the reason for the victims' departure were the same, from an invitation, and all of them following a pattern, going missing one by one per month. Pretty much the same method, too, so the culprit is almost certainly the same person then, which meant the markless modus operandi is calling the victims out and then kidnapping them? It is very likely the missing ones were murdered. While individual survivors' possibility is not out of the question, this possibility is extremely low. Once a month, 11 missing per year. In this pattern, there seems to be a 1-month period where nothing happened. Should we use that month as an entry point of our investigation? That month is April, and the only month each year when the markless commits no crime. It is very likely the time is used for the culprit to prepare and head to the next location. Combining all the available clues, Jizhou had its 11th missing person already last week, and now it's March. So what if we knew all this? Best information we can get from this is that he's likely going to start again next year at somewhere else. Which is why Mosiah and I listed out each of the case's incidence time as if we connect all the crime areas in relevance to the timing order.
It's an upside-down pentagram. That's funny. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!